8 types of internal conflict that sabotage your growth and how to overcome them. Hello everyone. When we talk about internal conflict, we refer to the act of experiencing contrasting feelings, desires, impulses, or psychological beliefs. It's a mental struggle that can happen at any point in our lives in relation to various topics such as religious beliefs, work commitments, relationships, social ideologies, and moral standpoints. Now, in this video, we'll be looking at 8 types of internal conflict that can sabotage your growth if not taken care of properly. We'll also learn how to overcome them so we can find our peace of mind. But before that, please help by clicking that like button below. And if you're new to this channel, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on any interesting updates in the future. Number 1. Moral conflict. Being saddled with contrasting beliefs when it comes to something that has to do with our personal ethics, moral conflict comes about. To be clearer, a person can believe in human rights but won't believe in euthanasia, and that'll bring about moral conflict. Also, someone might have to lie to save the life of another when they hold telling the truth in high esteem. Number 2. Sexual conflict. This particular type of conflict is usually intertwined with either moral or religious conflict. Someone can discover they're homosexual, yet they're Christians. In another instance, someone might value monogamous relationships when they're sexually suited for polygamous relationships. Number 3. Religious conflict. This type of conflict can be considered as common because it has to do with beliefs. By the way, these are very mind-oriented, and this makes them very fragile topics. When presented with scientific facts, a person who values both their religious belief and the truth can begin to have religious conflict. For instance, you can believe that God is a very loving God, but can't bring yourself to accept that the loving God sends people to hell for eternity. Someone can be faithful religiously, but still indulge occasionally in the use of marijuana, which is recognized as a drug. Number 4. Political conflict. Political conflict is birthed when an individual is torn between the beliefs of their political party and their own personal beliefs. For instance, someone who believes in America may not believe in the payment of taxes. You can be comfortable with a political party but frown deeply at their approach towards the healthcare system. You can believe in the philosophy of a political party but dislike the party propagating it. Number 5. Love conflict. When we love someone and still want to do something that will cause them pain, love conflict occurs. A good example is when we have to smack our children in correction, even though we love them with all of our hearts. Another is loving every bit of your partner but finding some of their attitudes annoying. It can also be being in love with someone so much that you wish to keep them, but sadly, you have to let them go. Number 6. Self-image conflict. Simply put, self-image is the mental idea that one has about oneself. So, internal conflict can arise when we're met with proof that contradicts the very things we believe about ourselves. Someone who views himself as honest might have to tell a lie on the resume in order to land their dream job. A person who's very passionate about healthy eating may be neck-deep in smoking and may not want to give it up. Or a person who sees themselves as an empath can see themselves constantly feeling resentful towards someone else. Number 7. Interpersonal conflict. Interpersonal conflict is intertwined with both love conflict and self-image conflict. It's a type of conflict that arises when you're trying to program yourself to act in a certain way, but you end up seeing yourself act oppositely. It occurs mostly in social situations. A person can hate talk about sports, but will find themselves faking interest in it just to have a sense of belonging. An introvert can be showing off a fake high level of energy, when in the actual sense, they don't have that much energy. Number 8. Existential conflict. This type of conflict comes about when 2 contrasting desires or beliefs arise. When it concerns life, it's normally associated with feelings of confusion and discomfort. Instances of this type of conflict include having desires to live life to the fullest, but being unwilling to make a move or get out of your own comfort zone. You may hate life, but find yourself loving it at the same time. Existential conflict can also revolve around the world. For instance, you may want so much to save the world, but also believe that it's headed for doom. So, how to find peace of mind? Here are some tips that will help you find peace of mind. Number 1. You need to differentiate between fear and intuition. The voice of your intuitions is usually strong and clear. The voice of fear, on the other hand, is wavering. Know the difference between the two. Number 2. Weigh the advantages and disadvantages of the choices you're about to make. Whenever you find yourself in a tight spot about choosing between two choices, use a sheet of paper to draw up the advantages and downsides of both. Let the greater good win. 3. One of the first steps toward having peace of mind is figuring out your topmost priority. More often than not, internal conflict arises as a result of not having clear priorities. By priorities, I mean the things that mean the world to you. 4. Learn how to be brutally honest. Don't give in to fear, as it's one of the major underlying factors of internal conflict. Own your truth proudly. Most times, it lightens up the path that leads you to discover your priorities and your real self. 5. When in doubt, ask yourself, which is the lesser evil? Necessity, they say, is the mother of invention, so make a choice that won't be too difficult for you to live with. 6. Learn how to gaze into the future from the present. Ask yourself if you'll regret the choice you'll make then, when you're on your deathbed. If both choices are bad, ask yourself which you'll regret the most, and go for the lesser one. Number 7. Calming the mind can be very therapeutic. It's a nice way to cool off and see things from an entirely new dimension. You can try to get your mind to achieve calmness and relaxation by listening to music or meditation. Well, those are 8 types of internal conflict and how to find peace of mind by overcoming them. I hope that you've enjoyed my explanation. And please don't hesitate to share your thoughts and experiences in the comments section below. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel and click the bell icon to be notified of subsequent videos. And thanks for watching.